5 reasons why I love the Chip Kelly hire. And if after I give each one of these reasons, if either one of you want to jump in and refute that or back that up for whatever reason, please do. And JR, if you've got to jump when you got to go, you just adios, you take off. Reason number 1, top 4 running game between the years of 2009, 2012 as head coach at Oregon. He is a creative run game play caller, as Chris said it out. It's actually top 6 for 6 consecutive seasons, as he pointed out. I believe that Ryan Day has had trouble trying to scheme run plays in his offense. I believe this is a direct hire to try and help Ryan Day in that department in the running game. And when you have 2 studs like we have in the backfield, by all means, this should help. And that ties into number 2. Justin Fry's best season as an O-line coach came in 2021 under Kelly at UCLA. Fry has a good understanding of Kelly's run game and philosophies. The biggest issues we had were offensive line and a consistent running game. I think the hire of Chip Kelly will aid in both of those things. And those are 2 reasons why I love the Chip Kelly hire. Any thoughts on that before I move on, JR?
No, again, the run game aspect is something I like. However, like I said, are Chip Kelly and Ryan Day going to, argue enough? And is Chip Kelly going to be willing to say, yes, Ryan Day, I will do what you say if you tell me to run a pass play here or whatever it might be? Because at the end of the day, it's going to be really, really hard for mentor Chip Kelly if him and Ryan Day are, differing and Chip Kelly wants to run it here, but Ryan Day wants to pass it here. What's going to come of that? I have no doubt that Chip Kelly has good schemes, and him and Justin Fry have worked well together in the past. But are they going to work well together with Ryan Day? We'll see.
Number 3, Ryan Day's offense was born out of Kelly's offensive philosophies. Kelly should be able to pick up the playbook quickly as a play caller for Ryan Day. I see you shaking your head. Yes, Chris, you agree with that?
I do agree with that, yes.
Number 4, Day will trust Kelly. This is probably the most controversial one here. Day will trust Kelly as a play caller, given the fact he looked at Chip as his mentor. In his press conference, Ryan Day talked about if he was going to turn over the reins of the play calling, it had to be to somebody whom he trusted. He obviously trusted Bill O'Brien, and it is obvious to me he trusts his mentor, Chip Kelly. Agree or disagree?
I think for better or worse, I agree with that. I have the same concerns JR does though with the whole relationship there.
Well, and who's the head coach here? All right,
Exactly.
Ryan Day.
That's what it comes down to. Who is the head coach here? Is Chip Kelly going to be willing to say, Ryan Day, yes, you are the head coach. What you say goes. Aye, aye, Captain. Which I don't think it needs to be like that in every situation. Obviously, Chip Kelly needs to feel like he can push back and say, no, we do this or no, we do that. That's a good offensive coordinator head coach relationship for them to be able to do that. However, if Chip Kelly calls something and Ryan Day doesn't like it, and Ryan Day's on the headset saying, I'm about to call a timeout, so you call something else, is Chip Kelly going to respect that? Or is Chip Kelly going to say, no, Ryan, look here, boy, you're
the kid I recruited out of Manchester High School. Just sit there and let me do my job.
I just don't foresee that happening. Given Ryan Day's personality and Chip Kelly's personality, I think that this hire came with clear boundaries, guys. I really do. I don't think Ryan Day values his relationship with Chip Kelly too much to put Chip in a situation where that relationship becomes sour because of this? Only time will tell if I'm right or
We have to
wrong.
wait and see. Yeah.
I always go back to egos can change a lot. When your ego gets into the play, it can change a lot of things because people love to be right and people love to have their way, which is fine. I like being right too. I'm not blaming anybody for that, but at the end of the day, we can all think it's nice going into it, but in the heat of a moment, when they're playing that team up north and there's 5 minutes left and you really got to get the first down on 3rd and 4, who are they going to go with?
Yeah, and it's not just about ego. Let's remember, you're combining that ego with the fact that Ryan Day is not a stupid guy. He knows one more loss to that team up north, he's out of a job. He knows this. And is that trust going to extend when it's Day's career on the line? And no, I will not buy gas in Michigan. I'd rather push my car across the state line.
Ryan Day does have an ego. Yes, he does. And I'm okay. And I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, I want my head coach to have.
That's why we ended up with McCord as long as we did last year.
Some of that might have been NIL money too.
Hopefully, Day trusts Chip. Along with that, Chip needs to respect Day. That's what I'm talking about, Brian. That's what I'm talking about. All right, number 5. There will be 0 excuses for Day if he doesn't beat TTU in this season now.
Absolutely.
0. He's been given everything a head coach could possibly ask for. And I had a little bit of a back and forth with an Ohio State fan because he was upset that I even brought up the whole thing about do you like Bill O'Brien or the Chip Kelly hire, or would you rather have Bill O'Brien, blah, blah, blah. Why would you even bring that up? Well, why would you, because, yes, you have to. That's the whole point here. And, I pushed back saying, look, what if he loses 4 straight? Are you okay? That's not going to happen. Have you not been paying attention this offseason?
Don't get me started on this.
I'm like, dude, have you forgot the 90s? How many times did Cooper go into that season with a roster that was heads and shoulders better than the team up north, and we still would lose the game? There is no guarantee that last game at the end of November is an auto dub, guys. I'm telling you.
No, and I've been trying to tell that to people for weeks. People have been getting on my case for weeks saying how negative I'm not being negative. I'm being a realist. I need to see it. I'm not going to get excited about a preseason until we see something that actually happens, something that actually comes together. How many times did we see John Cooper win the daggone preseason, only go on and crap his pants when it came time to win the big games?
Right. Yes, Bobby McCormick. I said meat there. I meant beat. Sorry. Meat. Okay. Funny joke. Got it.
He better turn them into meats, what he better do.
There you go. Thank you for that, fixing that for me there, Chris. Yes, the Lou Holtz debacle. Talking about Ryan Day.
I don't care what anybody says. I loved the Lou Holtz stuff. I don't care what anybody says. People can say yell at an 80-year-old man. Guess what? If an 80-year-old man comes up and kicks me on the side of the street, I'm going to yell at him too. All right? I don't care how old he is. It was fun. It was intense. I don't care what people say about it. There's a lot of people out there that wish their coach would do something like that, whether they like it or not, whether they'll admit it or not. I love it.
Yell at him, throw him down, put the boots.
I wish you do it after every game. Yell at an old retired head coach of another team.
Bobby McCormick. Oh, yeah. Brian Oberst. They won't have Gene Smith to bail him out and make excuses for him. No.
That's right.
It is a win. This is a crap or get off the pot season. Okay? That's what this is. You either win that game or you're out of town. That's what's going on here, man. There's no way, given how much money the boosters and donors have given the NIL collectives for Ryan Day to go out and get an all-star roster that he has been given, for him to lose that game in November. No way. And given the free reign to hire whoever he is wanted. All right. So this is a crap or get off the pot type of season. And if he wants Chip Kelly as his OC, I'm supporting that, because I'm like, dude, no excuses now, man. None. Zero. This is, and I'm still probably leaning towards 11-1. I still think that there's a chance they go into Eugene, Oregon, and they might lose that game. But I think that we get them back in the Big Ten championship and we can beat them. So I'm not 11-1 is not the end of the season if that one happens in Eugene,
right,
and not against the team from Ann Arbor.
Well, we have to remember too, like Ohio State, all they have to do is win, 10 games, and they're in the playoffs, and that's all you need nowadays. The years of trying to be undefeated and make it all the way, that kind of stuff, that stuff is nice. But this is big boy football, and if we're really looking at it, we're really trying to figure it out. You take an L in the regular season, that's okay, because you can still make the playoffs and you can get there. I know people don't like to hear that because we like the way college football was. Trust me, I'm the same way. But if we're just looking at it realistically, that's the way it is nowadays.
You can
and
be
we
a
can still
realist.
win it
You
all.
can take that loss. You're right, JR. You can take that loss. But it better not be against Michigan. It's that simple.
Yes, exactly.
All right, one more question here, and then JR's got to go, so we'll make it quick.
Go after this.
All right, JR, I'll let you answer it first. So you guys don't think Bjork will give Day another chance, even as a first-year AD, if he loses to the team up north?
I gotta tell you guys, I think that Bjork really, really likes Ryan Day. I think that he thinks that he's much better, and I know that we've been yelling on this podcast for a while that Ryan Day needs to beat Michigan, but let's be honest here. We hired a guy to be our head coach that's not from Ohio. We hired, Ross Bjork, who's from Texas A&M and all that stuff. I mean, and I don't even think he's not from Ohio originally, right? He's from
No, he's not.
else.
I think Kansas or something like that.
Yeah. These guys, we get the rivalry, and I'm not trying to cause concern here, but if Ryan Day loses to Michigan, as much as the fans will want him fired, Ross Bjork's not firing him. Especially if he goes 11-1 or 10-2, he's not firing him. It's not happening. And I am not trying to be Mr. Bad News here. I'm not saying I want that to be the case, but brand new AD, I don't think he's going to do it. He just seems like too much a Ryan Day fan.
I actually disagree. I think what's Bjork's big thing? What has Bjork always been known for? Getting the money. I'm telling you right now, if Day loses to Michigan again, short of winning a national title, when the threats of that money start to dry up, start happening, he's out the door. You cannot compete in the new college football without the money. If you don't have the NIL money, you can't compete anymore. It's that simple. And the money's going to dry up if Ryan Day does not go out and beat Michigan. And as we said before, his only saving grace would be a national title.
This will be interesting. Brian Oberst brings up a good point. Let's see what happens to Holtman.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Yeah.